Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. I'm here with Liam Broadbent from Broadwise Solutions. How you doing, Liam?
Hi, Mike. I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah, really good. Thanks. Thanks very much for joining us today. So if you could start us off and let us know a little bit more about who you are, what you do, how long you've been doing it for, please, Liam.
Sure. So I'm Liam Broadbent, director of Broadwise Solutions. We're a small agency based in Eden, just near the airport, actually just behind Murgatroyd's. So I'm always trying to avoid going to the fish and chip shop.
Good chippy that.
It is. But yeah, I started my business 2 years ago, after working at agencies in Leeds for the last 10 years.
Hmm.
I'd studied graphic design at art college growing up. I ended up working in laboratory installation for a few years. So on the sites, going around to places like Cadbury's World and universities across the country, just uh, effectively installing posh, fancy kitchens.
Yeah.
But eventually, I got back to working at the agency I'd previously worked at in Rawdon,
Hmm.
and I decided it was time to do it for myself.
Yeah.
That kind of
Nice.
roughly takes us to where we are now. I, yeah, it's to be honest, it's gone better than I thought it would when I started the business because it's my first company, and
Yeah.
you never really know what to expect. But
Good so
yeah,
far.
yeah, good so.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what is it that inspired you to go from working to running your own business?
Well, growing up, I always kind of knew I wanted to run my own company, and I never wanted to work for anyone else.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you kind of you fall into it, you end up doing it. You need to
Hmm.
train, and
Yeah, that's it.
yeah, it just if I'm completely honest, I got to a point where I was really comfortable, had a really nice job, really good boss,
Hmm.
um, but the progression wasn't really there, and I'd also just met a woman, so thinking about family and needing to, provide
Yeah,
there. So honestly, that's kind of one of the reasons that pushed me.
nice. No
Yeah.
regrets kind of thing. Time to give it a go and see where you are. So 2 years now in what in terms of you've got specialisms, is that right? In terms of the things that you design for the online sites and stuff. Tell us a
Yeah,
bit more about
so what I do is I help manufacturing businesses who are really good at what they do,
that. Hmm.
but don't always present themselves that way. So from an
Fair
outsider's
point.
perspective, they
Yeah.
don't always look as good as the work they do. A
Mhm.
lot of them might just rely on word of mouth, historical contracts, and they're kind of struggling to get new business, new
Mhm.
employees, and we can get a bit jealous of other companies who are, investing more in their brands. And
Mhm.
I kind of come in and help them get to that next stage where
Nice.
there's a big strategic part up front, which is effectively getting alignment on everything to make sure their business strategy is sorted out before we can
Yeah.
move on to the brand strategy, which will uh, basically just get everything in alignment so we know we're going in the right direction. Everything's written down. A lot of the
Mhm.
times, the directors have everything in their head, but that changes every week. So it's good to get it out and get it all wrote down so
Yeah.
the teams can understand and it's just super clear.
Excellent.
But yeah, that's the type of work we do. We normally do the branding first, then the website, brochure. That's the next kind of job. And most clients want to just keep working on an ongoing basis, then just for any ad hoc requirements, or some have a
Mhm.
more structured,
Yeah.
retainer.
Lovely. So how did you come across that niche then? Was it from your previous work that you
Um,
combined?
Honestly, I just thought there was a gap in the market.
Mhm.
I do have a bit of family history in the manufacturing sector. My granddad used to make carpet in Bradford. So he had like a company that did that for like 30 years. He's done it all his life. Once for someone else, I think it was Associated Weavers he worked for. And then my dad took over his company and ran that for a fair while. And that they never really invested in the brand or the marketing side. And it eventually closed down. The whole textile trade has a lot of it's moved, overseas in the
Yeah.
last, 30 years. So I grew up in that warehouse really. So I kind of understand the environment, and I've just always been interested in things getting made. So now I want to help people who make stuff just
Yeah,
keep being able to do it really.
brilliant. Love that. So, what have your sort of challenges and opportunities as you can see at the moment as a business owner in the sector that you're in?
I mean, all I see is opportunities at the moment
Yeah.
because there's so much potential to help people.
Hmm.
One of the largest things in the manufacturing sector that I see right now is the aging workforce, and people are just really struggling to hire. And you go to some of the websites, and you're kind of like, well, the
No
website's not been
surprise.
updated in 20 years. What
Yeah.
young kid would want to go work at somewhere that looks behind the
Yeah.
times? Where you do see some manufacturers who have really invested, and they're always the ones that end up having like a really good apprenticeship scheme as well. And it looks like they've got a lot of engaged young people kind of
Yeah.
coming up and helping out, and they seem to be doing really well. And I kind of want to help the companies who've just never really invested in the brand
Mhm.
appeal to the next generation.
Nice.
It's not just all about the sales.
Yeah.
It's about the recruitment from.
Definitely. It's something that we, Action Coach here, help business owners with in that respect as well. Obviously, not just sort of manufacturing, but when because there are issues about getting the right staff, the right team members. At the same time, it's like, well, what do to help with that? And yet, the website, as well as selling to customers, also needs to sell to prospective employees.
Mm,
And it's got to have that, there's other people that will be doing it and recruiting people. So what are they doing that you're not doing in order to compete ultimately? But so yeah, we definitely, in terms of the sector that you're in and the types of things that you're doing, fully concur with what you're doing.
good.
So that's fantastic. In terms of your business journey to date, it's only been a couple of years, so relatively young in terms of
Yeah.
business. But what word would you describe that journey so far?
Turbulent.
Tell us more about
Well, everything started off really well. Like, I was still working full time when I started my company,
that. Mhm.
and I managed to go 4 days a week, then 3 days a week, then 2 days a week. So my old boss was really good, and
Mhm.
let us have a nice transition into full time
Excellent. Yeah, yeah.
myself, which really helped. And at first, I was just kind of doing anything to make it work out. I knew there was two things I was really scared to do, and that was networking. I'd never been networking before, but I knew you
Yeah.
kind of need to.
Yeah.
And also cold calling. I'd
Mhm.
never really been one who wants to ring. I was always the technician behind the screen doing the work. But as a business owner, you can't really just do that anymore. You kind of need to extract yourself more and more. So
Yeah. Comfort zone expanding.
exactly, yeah. So the first thing I did was start going to networking events and just putting myself out there. And I
Mhm.
got all my first initial business by making a lot of cold calls.
Mhm.
Um,
Brilliant.
there were more warm calls, I guess, because there were just companies who I figured out had a need. I wasn't just calling, anyone,
Yeah.
but and then business went well, and I was just learning all the different things. Going to I've got some business support from Adventure.
Oh, yeah.
They've been very helpful. So I've learned a lot from them.
Nice.
Also a member of the FSB. That's been very helpful just for the legal hotlines and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I kind of just knew from the start that I need as much support as I can get to do this. So I have been
Yeah.
definitely just reaching out and getting it where I can.
Fantastic.
And I ended up doing a bit last year. I did a bit of a like digital nomad lifestyle
Oh,
where
yeah.
I was in Canada for 4 months.
Brilliant.
Was in Wales for 1 month, Scotland for a month, and eventually I got back and back to England
Hmm.
and just settled down. I got an office in just November, just gone.
Hmm.
I made my first hire in December.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, and
Yeah, yeah,
first fire in January. Um, but I knew I need, I'm trying to grow a team. I've got like
yeah,
a decent network of freelancers and contractors who I do, rely on. But I'm growing fast, and it's kind of getting a bit overwhelming at times with, too much
yeah, yeah.
work coming in. But it's such a good place to be as well. So I
That's
can't
it.
really complain.
When you talk about going to do those uncomfortable things, cold calling, networking. So it shows you've definitely got the right attitude to go and expand. So I'm sure in terms of finding the right team, like anything, isn't it? It'll
Mm.
come as long as you've got the determination
Yeah.
to make it succeed. So, what is the biggest lesson that you've learned to date then, out of all of that in the turbulence 2 years? But it sounds exciting as well.
Yeah.
What's kind of the biggest thing for you so far in this gym business?
It's a tough question. I'm not too sure if the biggest thing is either just that you do have to really just put yourself out there and you've got to be available for opportunities to say yes to. So
Yeah,
I, at first, I did try to split my time 50-50, working on the business and working on the business.
yeah,
But lately, that's just become working in the business like pretty much
sure.
non-stop. So that's one of the things I've learned. I need to get back to that 50-50 split somehow. But
Sure.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Well, knowing it is the first port of call.
yeah,
Becoming aware of it. Lots of people that don't become aware of it and just carry on for years, kind of working in the business, get to a certain point, but they struggle to get out of those habits because the earlier that you can do that, yeah, obviously the better it is. If what you want to do is build a business as opposed to kind of having a job that you effectively work for within your own business, if that makes sense. So,
yeah.
uh, good lesson shared. Thank you for sharing that. So, what inspires you to do what you do, Liam?
Um, what inspires me?
Why do you
Well,
carry on doing what you're doing?
I just want to help businesses. Like I mentioned about, my
Yeah,
family's business kind of just fading away effectively over time, and it what I just kind of don't like seeing that happen. I always think it's just such a shame when like there's loads of good businesses and there's just a reason why they don't continue, and it's they might have made some missteps or they've just not kept up. And I do really believe that the branding is such a large part of establishing like the culture and making sure it permeates throughout the business. And I
yeah,
think that can just really help with recruitment, not just
nice.
sales. And it
Yeah, yeah,
also makes them look a lot better than the competitors. So it kind of makes just
yeah,
everything a bit easier. And when the salespeople are more confident,
mhm,
things just seem to go better.
yeah.
Oh,
Excellent. But it's like that. I can see the innate passion within you to know that you can help and that you want to help these people and be able to do that. So that's a nice share in terms of advice for anybody just starting out, or perhaps even yourself in this kind of industry with hindsight so far. Any advice that you would perhaps share with yourself back at 18, starting out in your working life and getting into this?
ooh. The one thing I wish I did a lot sooner was try to grow a network.
Hmm.
Like if I went back to 18 again, I would try really put myself out there a lot more. I was definitely too shy and I was just not interested at the time.
Yeah,
But I've grown to realize that it is a lot of it's who you know and who may potentially you've met a few years ago could come up again in a few more years,
yeah, yeah.
some potential opportunities. And yeah, I'd just really focus on growing a network.
Brilliant. Good advice shared. Thank you. So, just before we end the interview, in terms of any latest news about what you're up to, or even if it's a case of sharing contact details, website, if people are
No.
interested to know more about what you do, feel free to share those now.
Yeah, sure. So recently I've just launched a new service as part of my business where not only is it great to have, a well-aligned brand rolled out across the website, but you really need to be able to be visible as well. And a lot of that comes down to the photography and the content.
Mhm.
So we've put together a one-day content day package where we'll come on site and
Yeah.
get pictures and video of everything you need for at least a month, maybe even a quarter. So you've constantly got stuff for social media, interview style clips, headshots, process
Yeah.
shots, drone footage where applicable, because you can't fly them everywhere. But yeah, we're just about to launch that offer now, so I'm looking forward to that.
Excellent. And in terms of finding out more about that or getting in touch with you, what's the website details?
So broadwise.com, it'll be the best way. And just yeah, feel free to get in touch with me on LinkedIn if there's any questions or if you want to just
Awesome.
chat about anything. I'm always happy to just give a bit of advice as well.
Excellent. Like that. Thanks, Liam. It's been a real pleasure chatting with you, getting to know you more and understanding more about your business. And it sounds like an exciting future. So I wish you all the best for the success of that.
Yeah, great, Mike. Cheers. Much appreciated.